The loose floorboard in my childhood bedroom had always been a hiding place. When I was young, it held secret notes, stolen candy, tiny dreams I wasn't ready to share. This time, when I lifted it, there was nothing underneath, just hollow space where an envelope should have been. $15,950. Gone. The money I had saved for my sister's college tuition had disappeared. I sat there on the floor, dust coating my fingers, my breathing calm, my chest strangely steady. No tears came. Outside my bedroom door, I heard the familiar click of heels and the soft rustle of shopping bags. She was humming. She expected me to fall apart, to scream, to demand answers. Instead, I slid the board back into place, stood up slowly, and smiled. She had no idea what was about to unfold. From the outside, the Wilson house always looked peaceful. Fresh white paint, neatly trimmed hedges, the kind of place that smelled like clean laundry and Sunday dinners. Inside, that calm was carefully performed. My parents built our lives on discipline and routine. Dad spent his days managing production lines. Mom graded papers at the kitchen table long after midnight. We weren't wealthy, but we were stable. Stable enough that I learned early to work for what I wanted, while my sister learned she could simply ask. Tiffany was born 4 years after me. The miracle child who arrived just as Dad earned his promotion and Mom finally enjoyed summers off. From the moment she arrived, she shone. Dimples, bright blue eyes, a voice that could turn the word please into an expectation. Everyone adored her. Teachers remembered her name, neighbors asked about her. Even the mailman never forgot her birthday. When I set boundaries, I was labeled serious. When she cried, the world shifted to soothe her. By high school, those differences hardened into rules. I worked evenings at a grocery store, stacking shelves after class. Tiffany joined cheerleading and came home waving ribbons. When I asked for a used laptop, Dad told me to save for it. When she wanted a new phone, it appeared before the weekend ended. It wasn't jealousy, not exactly. It was gravity. Everything in our home revolved around her. Years later, when Dad's company downsized and Mom started tutoring to keep up with bills, I hoped things might finally even out. They didn't. Tiffany's tuition bill arrived just as money grew tight. I remember Mom whispering late one night, "We'll figure it out. We always do." But what she meant was me. I had just secured a solid job at Boston Tech. Long hours, decent pay, and very little time for myself. When Dad called about the tuition, I didn't hesitate. "I'll cover it," I said, even though it meant draining my savings. $15,950. A precise number representing every skipped vacation, every side project, every time I told myself I didn't need more. I kept the cash close, literally hidden beneath the same floorboard where I once hid childhood treasures. It felt symbolic. Money meant to protect her future, resting where I once protected my own. The day I slid that envelope into place, Tiffany hugged me harder than she had in years. "You're the best," she said. I believed her. For a while, things felt normal. Family dinners, easy laughter, her promises to try harder. But normal was an illusion, and illusions always fracture under pressure. 3 days before her tuition deadline, I left for a short work trip to Seattle. Just a routine conference back Sunday night. Before leaving, I reminded her, "We'll go to campus Monday and pay together." She nodded, smiling around her coffee. "Don't worry, everything's ready." When I returned, the house felt wrong, too quiet, too spotless. Mom and Dad were asleep, but a strong, unfamiliar perfume lingered in the hallway. I ignored it. The next morning, sunlight cut through the blinds as I knelt by the floorboard. The envelope felt wrong in my hand, too light. I opened it and froze. Empty. For a moment, the world narrowed to sound, the hum of the refrigerator, the drip of the sink. I searched everywhere, drawers, closet, desk. Nothing was disturbed. My laptop, jewelry, even an old watch were untouched. Only the money was gone. Logic settled in fast and cold. Who had access? Only family. My parents would never. That left one person. Still, I needed proof. I went to the bathroom to steady myself, and that's when I saw them. Crumpled receipts in the trash, Nordstrom, Saks, Neiman Marcus. Totals blurred together, dated across the 3 days I'd been gone. My jaw tightened. I opened Instagram. Tiffany had blocked me years ago, but she'd forgotten about an old secondary account I used when she first left for college. Her recent post hit hard. Shopping bags spread across her bed. "Best weekend ever," the caption read. Another video showed her laughing at a restaurant, flashing a brand new gold watch worth more than most people's rent. My phone buzzed. Hey, Jackson texted. Saw your sister at the mall last night. She was spending like crazy. Did she win the lottery? Anger didn't explode. It settled, clear, focused. Back in my room, I found a folded slip still clinging to the envelope's edge. A bank deposit receipt, $1,000. Her name, her signature. She hadn't just taken the cash. She'd tried to clean it. Instead of shouting, I felt calm. The kind of calm that means the decision is already made. I knew she'd walk in expecting the same cycle. Tears, apologies, me fixing it, but not this time. The front door slammed just after 2. Keys hit the ceramic bowl by the entryway. Then the sound I'd been waiting for, shopping bags brushing together, the rhythm of someone who thought they'd won. Tiffany stepped into the kitchen glowing. Hair perfect, cheeks flushed, dressed like a fashion ad. 4 designer bags hung from her arms. The gold watch caught the light. Oh, she said, startled. I thought you were still in Seattle. Wrapped up early, I replied evenly. Good trip. Her laugh was thin. Cool, how was the weather? Nice, I said, closing my laptop. Looks like you've been busy too. She glanced at the bags and forced a smile. End of season sales, you know, good deals. Right, I said softly. Very good deals. I placed a receipt on the table. Didn't know Gucci was doing 70% off. Her face drained of color. You went through my stuff? Bathroom trash, I corrected. Shared space. Her hands trembled as she dropped the bags. Okay, I took a little. I was going to pay you back. You make good money. You won't even miss it. A little? I tilted my head. The envelope was empty, she snapped. You're overreacting. I just wanted to feel normal. Everyone has nice things. You weren't poor, I said quietly. You were supported. Tears filled her eyes. Real or practiced, I couldn't tell. Please don't tell Mom and Dad. I'll fix it, I swear. I let the silence stretch. Then I said, Monday is the tuition deadline. Dad expects confirmation. Her breath caught. You're not paying again? No. She unraveled, pleading, anger, every tactic she'd ever used. I waited it out. You always fix everything, she whispered. Not anymore. Sunday morning felt too calm. Coffee brewed, eggs sizzled. Dad scrolled his tablet. Mom hummed. Tiffany stared at her plate. The phone rang. Dad answered, then stiffened. Overdue since Friday. A pause. Withdrawal, if not paid today. He hung up slowly. What happened to the tuition money? Silence. It's gone, I said. I left it before Seattle. It was empty when I checked. Dad turned to Tiffany. Tell me it wasn't you. She broke. I borrowed it. How much? All of it. Mom's hands shook. Dad's voice cracked. You stole money saved for your education and spent it? Receipt slid across the table. You didn't just spend it, I said. You showed it off. Sobbing, she begged. I'll fix it. Then start, I said. Call the school. Her call was short. When she hung up, she whispered, they'll remove me from classes. Dad nodded. Then you'll work. That afternoon, we drove store to store. Returns failed. Apologies faded. By night, she placed the gold watch on the counter. They wouldn't take it back. Sell it, Dad said. That night, she slid a note under my door with $60 inside. Her first repayment. Weeks passed. She found a job at a cafe. Early mornings. Honest money. Every Saturday, she handed me what she could. We started therapy. Hard truths came out. Real change followed. By December, she'd repaid nearly $6,000. By spring, she paid for her own classes. One night, she handed me an envelope and a framed photo of us as kids. The note read, "Thank you for not saving me. You taught me how to save myself." I placed it beside the old floorboard. Not as a reminder of loss, but of the boundary that changed everything. Sometimes love isn't the hand that catches you. Sometimes it's the silence that lets you fall far enough to learn how to climb.